In this episode 50 here, Pepsi Next. Now, Pepsi Next was a flavor of Pepsi that was like a mix between Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi. It had the same taste as regular Pepsi, although it had fewer calories. It was like in the middle of Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi. Now, I always liked to have this Pepsi flavor because it was really good, to be honest. But it was also, uh, I don't think you can consider Pepsi healthy, but this was more of a healthy alternative to regular Pepsi. Now, it was actually really good, to be honest. It was not like Diet Pepsi, and it was not like regular Pepsi. Like I said, it was like in the middle of both of the Pepsi flavors. Um, Now, it was first introduced in 2012, and it was discontinued in 2015. And I actually remember trying to find it a couple years ago, and I remember it being discontinued, although it did run for quite a while uh, as a Pepsi flavor. But it's unfortunate that it got discontinued because some people don't like the taste of Diet Pepsi, and some people don't like the taste of regular Pepsi. And this was like the middle Pepsi flavor. Uh, I always found it at like Family Dollar or Dollar General or Walmart or some other stores. Now, it wasn't always widely available as other Pepsi flavors like Pepsi Cherry or something. They didn't have it everywhere. And actually, most of the time, I was only able to find 2 liters of it because it wasn't available all the time in the small bottles. But it was always available in the 2 liters, which was pretty good because then you could get more. And like 2 liters back then were like $1, I think, or something like that. So it was a little bit more cheaper just to get a 2 liter than a 20-ounce bottle because 20-ounce bottles always been kind of more expensive than 2 liters. I always compared this Pepsi flavor to the Pepsi made with real sugar because it was always like that Pepsi taste. It was always pretty good. Um, but it was always a Pepsi flavor that hardly anybody really bought, basically. I was like always the only one that I saw buying the Pepsi Next, basically. There were some people that bought it, but I was like one of the only people that I think that would buy Pepsi Next or get Pepsi Next if somebody else bought it for me. So I was always like the one that would buy the Pepsi Next or get the Pepsi Next because nobody else would be buying it. I always saw people either buying regular Pepsi or Diet Pepsi. I don't know what Pepsi Next if it just wasn't as popular as they think it would be, but it was always like the Pepsi flavor nobody bought basically. So I was not surprised that it got discontinued, but I was also saddened because I actually liked it. And back in those days, I would drink like 2 liters of soda, like 2 after 2, or 1 after 1, and it just. Nowadays, I don't drink that much soda as much as I used to, but I used to drink like 2 liters, like 1 after 1, and it would be Pepsi Next after Pepsi Next. Anyway, that's Pepsi Next. They're discontinued. Hopefully, one day they'll bring it back. I remember they actually were supposed to be bringing it back, but unfortunately, I think it wasn't never planned to ever come back. It's kind of like the Pepsi Max that was supposed to come out too, returned, but they never returned that either. And anyway, Pepsi Next here, episode 50 of Discontinued. Peace.